Thank you, Louis. Good evening. This to me looks like it's a Thanksgiving Day to thank Symphonia because I'm no longer a victim of bureaucracy but a victor of bureaucracy. I want to share with you a story which makes me to say that. In July this year, together with my partner for Possibility, we planned that we are going to celebrate the Mandela Day. And on the 16th of July, I received a call from the Department of Education which says you are not allowed to disrupt classes. You cannot celebrate the Mandela Day during lessons. And then I decided to call my partner, and she said to me, Mike, we have done a lot so far, and we have invited people. SAFM is coming to your school, and the Mandela Square will go to your school, and then what's going to happen if they come to the school and there is nothing? You have to do something. Can't you write a letter or email them or call the head office? Because I know that I'm not supposed to directly talk to the head office, I said to her, how am I going to do that? Because I have to talk to the district, and the district will then talk to the head office. So she said to me, Mike, just call them now. Look for the telephone numbers and call them. So I remember one thing, that instead of being pre-programmed to allow fear to dominate my self, I said, no, let me just call and see what will happen. I made that important call, and then I spoke to the spokesperson of education in Gauteng, and then he said to me, you are allowed to hold that, and I've written a memo which will go to the whole of Gauteng. So which shows that if you work with a partner for Possibility, you will then outgrow being a victim and become a victor. That's one thing. And when I started working with Chantal, I learned that we have to plan things first before we implement. We spent about 3 months without doing anything. I wanted us to start working. And then she said, we are not going to do anything. We have to plan. We have to know each other. We have to contract. We must contract. And then I learned that in each and every for each and every relationship to work, you have to contract first. You have to understand each other. We have to agree. And one of the agreements was that whenever we talk to each other, we must use text. And I'm actually implementing that even today in my school. She said, you don't call me, you must use text so that I can refer to it tomorrow. So I'm using exactly that. And even in my communication with the spokesperson for education, I had to write it, to put it in writing and email him after talking to him telephonically. So those are the little things that we are not exposed to in the education field, and they help us to grow as individuals. I think the 5 minutes is gone. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Chantal Duchesne. I'm with Vodacom. I head up the Sub-Saharan Corporate Wellness Strategy. And I have to say that the Partners for Possibility Leadership Development Program has probably been the best that I've ever attended in my career in terms of personal growth, and it really came very unexpected in terms of what I've learned. And it all started in October 2012, where I joined Mike as a partner, and he was at that time at Iphuteng Primary, and I burned Michelle's ear to make sure that I got a suburban school, because I had never crossed over that invisible line that exists, and Alex and Soweto were not where I was going. And not even a month into the program, in fact, I had probably met Mike once at Iphuteng. The Department of Education transferred him back to Iphuteng Primary School. And at our first community of practice meeting, I had to take a decision if I was going to remain with the deputy principal at Iphuteng or if I was going to move with Mike to Iphuteng. And it might, yes, it's in Alexander in London Road. Very outside of my comfort zone. So that might not sound like a big decision, but for me it was enormous. And in that moment that I decided that I was going to work with Mike, my life changed. And in fact, a year to the day later, almost, I did the Jersey Run. And for those of you who know, they twice a year, and it's about taking the streets of Joburg back. And the first one was in March through Newtown, and the second one was in October through Alex. And it was quite amazing that some of the Facebook posts were about people saying about the stench of the sewage and the size of the rats and how they felt unsafe. And it was really in reading that I realized how much I had grown, because as I ran through the streets, I felt so at home, and I was looking for faces of parents and members of the community that I've come to know over the last year. So I think that the main learnings for me have been two things. One is that we are connected more in our humanness than we are separated by our differences. And I think that in taking the time to engage and understand people and their situations enables us really to connect and to realize what we are capable of doing. And I think the second thing is to be open to possibility. And it was in doing that in 2012 that I've had the most amazing journey on many levels. First of all, from Louise and Ray and Michelle in terms of the support infrastructure, to the community of practice. I see many faces here, but it was the other partners and principals that we've spent the last year with. Who we've really come to depend on each other, I think, for support. And then obviously through my friendship and support and sharing with Mike, that I've learned an enormous amount. And the person that you see here has been the same person through the last year, despite many challenges. And he has a very dignified determination to shift things and to change. And he really has a great impact. So really a wonderful, wonderful program. And thank you to everybody. I'm a fully fledged South African with a broad community.